Caitlin Ansari checking back in. How did the second round invitational go?
Wow. Actually, I was getting a little nervous there. Mayfield had a couple bobbles. The third round, sorry, jumping straight to that one. That was the most, a little bit got a little crazy for me, I thought. McBride started out in the first, and a bunch of tumbles. Mayfield got to 10th, I believe, had to work his way all the way up. Got back in second. But to kick it out, really, Dustin Evans got the win, which means he has 2 wins. So he's taken over the lead for the points right now. Really, this is my favorite kind of racing. I like the racing. I like the points. I mean, I know in qualifying it counts, but I like the racing. I like adding it up, and everyone's a lot of fast stuff happening right now. Spencer's got a 1 and a 2, and Steven's got a 1 and a 2. So we've got people who really, they're putting in the time and the effort also.
Yeah.
They've been here, some of the locals obviously. It may be paying off in their advantage. So
Wow.
yeah, Jason, your thoughts on the first?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think the first race there, was a real tight one. Actually, just in the beginning, but Spencer took over a kind of a big lead, and he kind of did what I think that he's been trying to do since he's been practicing here, and he got out front and he was working the car. The way he normally does. He didn't look nervous. He didn't look shook up. He was laying down very good lap times, and he pulled away from everybody in that race. No mistakes, and I think he did a fantastic job. So Spencer took that one. Then we went into the second race there, where Steven kind of got a little bit of a rough start, but worked his way up, and he ended up taking the win. There was a little incident there with Carson Wernemont and Steven, where they were going over the little double in front of the driver's stand. They got together. They crashed. The turn marshal. I'm sorry, it wasn't, it was Carson that was turn marshaling. And I think he just kind of made a little bit of a mistake there and didn't know which two cars hit each other.
Uh-oh.
So he put out the other one first, Steven back in second. Then they took back off. Steven still regained the lead in that race. And I think he did a good job. I mean, so far, if you had to kind of judge the cars out there, Steven probably has one of the best looking cars on the track. He looks stuck. He looks pretty confident, and he's been consistent. So far with that 1 and the 2, he's looking in good shape. Spencer, on the other hand, 1 and a 2, he's looking good. Then we went to our third race, as Allison talked about, and it was a tough race for Mayfield. Getting back up towards the front. I think he had a real shot at taking the win in that one, but just I think just kind of ran out of time. So Dustin took the win there, so he's got 2 wins, as Allison pointed out. Did a great job. So that's kind of the highs and the lows there, I guess, of the round 2, and you can see already Cavalieri easily won his first race, but the second race didn't go his way at all for him. He got a bad start, and then the turn marshal kind of swung his leg out. He hit him coming on the straightaway. He went right to the back of the pack, and so that was unusual for Pudge, for something to kind of unlucky happen like that.
Yeah.
But he still he regained and got 4th, which was probably about as good as he could do after all that. So, the things, it's a shakeup right now. I think the favorites, you can already start seeing some things materialize between Spencer, Dustin, Cavalieri, Mayfield, who is going to be there in the end. He's got some good finish there, and you can start to see the things kind of who's looking good, and that's what I'm noticing so far.
So how is the first round of Four Wheel Open going?
Yeah, we did our first recap, just before they ran, and they Cole Tollard again put in a great run. He's looking really sharp so far in the open classes, and he looks like he's ready to take one of the wins this year. And then what you got is Joona Hatanen. Yeah, he was in I believe the C qualifier.
Okay.
Looked really good. He's going to be second. So Yona's running well. So a lot of good drivers in that class. Those are kind of the top 2 there. The rest of it's going to be, a shuffle the entire time. But I think you're going to look for Cole to, he looks pretty flawless so far. So it's going to be tough to beat him, but we'll see.
All right. I'm excited.